What's going on in the world? A lot of fear and a lot of bad news, and I get it, and I'm sure you're nervous. I just wanted to jump on here and kind of put your mind at ease a little bit if I can. Now, for those of us old guys in the room, it's probably easy for us to deal with this kind of stuff because we've been through it before.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got something really exciting to show you. Let's get into it. Like, subscribe, comment, and share the video.
We've been through the many downturns and many times where there was a lot of fear and turmoil and political strife and real estate crashes and stock market crashes and all that stuff. But, as I make this video, it's Sunday evening and, the markets are going to open tomorrow. The Israel is being bombed and we're bombing Iran with Israel, and Iran are bombing everybody over there, it feels like. And I'm not making light of this. I don't mean to make light of this, but I just want to talk to you from the perspective of investments, and especially companies like Tesla, right? Because, if you're watching my channel, you're probably a Tesla investor, or you're at least a fan of Tesla, and I'm sure you want the company to be fine and to survive. And by the way, before I go any further, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy on YouTube, and you should probably never take advice from a guy on YouTube. But I've been in Tesla for a long time. I started investing really in 2016, but in 2017 I started investing pretty heavily, and then in 2019 I got deeper involved, and I've been investing ever since. And even on Friday, as the markets tanked, I bought more Tesla. I'm not saying you should. I'm not telling anybody to do. I do have a disclaimer in the description of this video, because you have to be very careful on YouTube. You can't be telling people that you have the answers, because you don't. None of us has the answers. And guess who else doesn't have the answers? The people who are telling you that the world is going to end, or the people who are telling you that the world is going to be fine. Now, that includes the people in politics who are telling you that everything is going to be fine or the world is going to end. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what's going on in Iran. We can't get into Iran. Now, what's funny is, this is why, and I'm not a conspiracy guy or any of that stuff, but a lot of this stuff happens for a reason. For some reason, we can, with pinpoint accuracy, we can blow up the entire administration of Iran. We can blow up the Ayatollah. We can blow up all his staff. We can blow up his top military guys. But then in the next breath, we come out and we say we don't really know what's going on inside Iran. So maybe there's a little bit of BS there. I don't know. I mean, when it comes to military stuff, I don't know. I really don't know what we have. I hope we have a lot more than you and I think we have. But the markets are going to open tomorrow morning, and unless there's some good news overnight, it could be a little scary. So don't panic. And it's easy to say that, but if you panic, it's not going to work out, right? Technically, we've been through this before many times, and every time there's a major market drop, eventually it comes back. Now, again, like I said, I don't know what's going to happen, but there's nothing worse than watching somebody panic, sell everything, and then all of a sudden the next day some good news comes out and boom, it skyrockets. And then you missed it. And then you feel like you're chasing it. And if you've had some gains on the stuff you sold, that's a double whammy, because you're kind of getting beaten on both ends. You're trying to catch it on the way up, and then it's really hard to do that. Like, there's nobody can time the market, right? And those who try normally fail. And there will be those people that will tell you, well, I got in right at the right time. Yeah, good for you. That doesn't mean you're a genius. That just means you got lucky. And same with people who get out at the right time. They'll be like, well, thank God I sold the day before that crash. Well, good for you. But you didn't know the crash was coming any more than the man on the moon. So don't come on here BSing people into thinking that you're some kind of genius and it helps you get more clicks on your videos. I'm not worried about getting clicks on my videos right now because they just demonetized me because I did some stupid AI video thing that I'm just playing with, but whatever, I don't care. I'm not doing this. I'm obviously not doing this for the monetization. But anyway, you know what I mean. There's no such thing as timing the market. But you know what there is? The thing that works, and that's worked historically. Warren Buffett said it famously. Nobody can time the market, but the key to the market is time in the market. Now, when it comes to Tesla, there's some really big stuff going on. I don't know if you watched, I did a video yesterday about the announcement regarding the Terafab. Now, if you don't know what the Terafab is, basically Tesla are going to create a system where they can catapult these, I guess, energy generating solar arrays, catapult them off the moon and send them out into space and harness the energy from the sun. Definitely possible. It's not a pipe dream, but it's going to take a long time to do that. Now, they announced yesterday that they're building a factory, which is, this factory is something like 10 million square feet. Is that right? Yeah, 10 million, I think. It's not a million, it's 10 million. The current factory is a mile long. This is like, I don't know, 5 times bigger or whatever it is. I'll try to find the story. Sawyer Merritt, actually, if you follow Sawyer Merritt on X, Sawyer shared the story. This is like this gigantic, enormous building. And this is going to happen. They're going to start building this stuff in space. And that's what SpaceX is for. And that's what Starship is for. Starship will be able to transport 200 tons of cargo. So they'll be able to transport this stuff. They'll be building bases on the moon. And then they'll have this catapult system. If you watch that video that I did, it's really cool. It's this catapult system that like shoots this thing down this big, long rail, like a railroad track. And then as it raises up, it shoots it off into space, basically. And then it will float around and it will generate energy. And this is how we're going to power the future, because we don't have enough energy right here to do what we plan to do with all these data centers and all that kind of stuff, right? So AI is going to suck up energy like you would not believe. It's going to be that sucking sound. You know, when you get to the bottom of your drink and the straws, it's like that gulping, horrible sound where you're at the end of your drink. That's what it's going to sound like when we're sucking out all this energy. I know, I'm sorry if I sound like I'm making light of all this stuff that's going on, but just, please don't panic with all this stuff. I believe Tesla is going to be fine. I don't know, but I believe that they have these enormous plans for the future. And, this is a company that, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, people were like, nobody's ever going to drive electric cars. Well, you know what? They're making 2 million cars a year now. They're launching rockets daily from California and Florida, sending Starlink satellites up. There's something like, I don't know, 10 million people or something using Starlink right now. So this is growing like absolute craziness. And they are a cash machine. I mean, the amount of money that's coming into SpaceX is unbelievable. By the way, it's not coming from the government, contrary to the lying sack of crap media that keep telling you that without the government, SpaceX wouldn't exist. That's not true. In fact, the opposite is true. The government needs SpaceX a lot more than SpaceX need it. Because space is not about government anymore. Space is about private industry. Every industry in the world are launching satellites. Every country in the world are launching satellites. That's the next big frontier. So the point is, Trump said yesterday, and this is not about Trump. I'm not a fan of Trump. I'm not a fan of any president. You know who I'm a fan of? I'm a fan of me, and I'm a fan of you. So whatever the latest village idiot does has really nothing to do with anything except my family and your family, and that's the way we should take it. Don't get too ingrained in, I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican. It's all bullshit. They don't care about you. You have to take care of yourself. So the bottom line is Trump has kind of laid down, a deadline and said, within 48 hours, if you don't open up the Strait of Hormuz, I'm going to bomb the crap out of you. I'm going to start bombing your power plants and everything. I'm going to send Iran into darkness. 90 million people. Try to imagine that for a second. So who knows if that's going to happen? But I do know that right now, Iran are firing everything they have at Israel. And, some are saying they don't have much left anyway, so don't worry about it. But we don't know that. We don't know anything. We only know what they tell us, and we don't know that's true. But when the market opens tomorrow morning at 9:30, it could be really, really scary. And you could see enormous drops. You could see 10%, 15%, 20% drops, even in Tesla. Tesla's way down. It's way down from its highs. So I'm not selling, I'm buying. I'm not telling you to buy, but I hope that somebody is watching this video who is maybe sitting there a little anxious, a little nervous. You've been saving this money a long time. You've done good. You've had a good run in the last couple of years, or 5 years, or 10 years, and now you're like, well, I'm selling everything. I just don't think it's a good idea to do that. I highly recommend that you get a good financial advisor, and just don't panic. There's a lot of fear, and people are on edge, and you shouldn't be. You know what? If you're watching this video, you're doing good. There are people who are not going to watch this video today because they've already left. And when I say left, I mean departed. I've got somebody very close to me who's got cancer, and I don't know what the outcome is going to be. And I hope it's good. And I hope if you're watching this, if you have some kind of ailment, that it's going to be good for you too, and it's going to end well. It doesn't end that way for everybody. So be nice to each other. Be kind. There's a lot of negativity. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of people in debt unnecessarily. Try to get out of debt. Try to protect yourself. And also, when it comes to money, don't fall too much in love with it. We don't need much at the end of the day. What do we need? We need shelter. We need a little food. A little love certainly helps. We just need the clothes on our back. So don't let them depress you. Don't take things too seriously. You can see in the video right there, somewhere right there, there's a beautiful sunset here in South Carolina, and I'm going to get out of this car in a second, and I'm going to go view the sunset. And I don't want it to sound like I'm doing okay and I don't have any worries. I have worries. Everybody has worries. I'm not a multi-gazillionaire. I'm doing okay, but a couple of bad things could happen, and I wouldn't be in good shape either financially. But we can't live there. We can't live in fear. We can't live in negativity. It's not good for us. The truth about money is this. Most people, when they die, they leave a balance in their bank account. So the truth is, we're going to run out of time before we run out of money. So anyway, just ride this out. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. And America usually does okay at the end of the day, and I hope that never changes. And you know what? If things ever go really, really bad here, the rest of the world is really screwed. Because I really believe this is still the greatest country in the world. I love America. It's been very good to me. It has its faults, just like every place. But as of right now, I don't believe there's anywhere else to go. So listen, happy Sunday. If you're still here, do me a favor, like, subscribe, share the video, and leave a comment down below. And do me a favor, I want you to leave this down below. Just say, I love America. Thanks for watching.